It was an important day at Zhangqing No. 2 High School. In Class 5, Grade 3, everyone was nervous. The big unified exam was coming soon. After 16 years of hard work, this was the moment they had all been waiting for. Everyone wanted to do their best. Teacher Chunfan stood in front of the class. Her voice was strong but kind. Those taking the liberal arts exam, make sure you're ready for tomorrow. Check your pens and supplies tonight. Don't let anything surprise you. Then she looked at the students taking the martial arts exam. And those of you in the martial arts exam, don't forget your weapons and gear. This is your time to shine. Be prepared and give it everything you've got. She looked directly at Su Jingming and added seriously, I'll say this one more time. The martial arts exam can be deadly. If your ability level is below D, I do not suggest taking it. Su Jingming's eyes widened. Is she talking about me? He thought, feeling nervous. Su Jingming was a transmigrator, someone who had come from another world. He took a deep breath and looked around at his new world, called Blue Star. This world was strange. Technology was advanced, just like his old world, but there were also dangerous, wild beasts. These beasts were strong and violent, and only special people with powers, the awakened ones, could fight them. On Blue Star, people awakened their powers at age 16. Each person had a different power, from useful to weird. The society had to adapt, with different people working together to survive. Powers were ranked from A to G. Most people could only reach F to D. Going higher was very hard, so anyone stronger than D was very rare and special. Su Jingming's power? Weak electricity, like a small electric shock. It was only useful in close combat, maybe enough to stun someone for a second. He felt embarrassed and frustrated when another student, Huang Tian, mocked him. E-grade trash, Huang Tian sneered. You should just take the liberal arts path and become a clerk. Su Jingming clenched his fists. That insult hurt. It made him doubt himself. But his friend Lin Qingya stood up for him. It's none of your business, Huang Tian, she yelled. Su Jingming will show everyone what he's made of in the exam. Huang Tian laughed coldly. Pretty boy like you will just die out there. The insult stung again, but Lin Qingya gently turned to Su Jingming and said, Don't let him bother you. Everyone has value. The liberal arts path isn't bad either. It's safe, and you can live peacefully in the city. She was trying to help, not insult him. She just didn't want him to get hurt. In this world, in the Great Xia Kingdom, students chose between two paths, liberal arts or martial arts. People with low powers were told to take the safe liberal arts path. But martial arts was dangerous. The entrance exam was a real fight against deadly beasts. Only the best survived. If you passed, you could enter Ability University, where you'd get trained by the top teachers. Eventually, you could become a powerful, ranked warrior. Su Jingming thought of his parents. They died in a beast tide. That memory hurt. It reminded him that danger was everywhere, even if he stayed away from the exam. He wanted to be strong. He wanted to protect others. He had to take the martial arts path. At home, Su Jingming picked up his spear, his weapon of choice. He started to train. Sparks of weak electricity danced across his body as he moved. The more he practiced, the more tired he got. Soon, his body was aching and he had to stop. He leaned against the wall, breathing hard. I can't stop now, he thought. The exam was coming fast. He had trained with his spear for over 2 years, but he was still a beginner. He dreamed of learning a powerful move called Lightning Gala Break, but it cost 300,000, way too much money. Many students below D rank died in the exam. But for Su Jingming, going to Ability University was his only chance. He had no other option. Suddenly, a screen appeared in front of him. System activated. It showed a message. Newbie gift pack plus transmigrator chat system unlocked. His heart raced. A gift pack? What's in it? The system replied, S-rank ability plus 200 ability points. His eyes went wide. An S-rank power? That was the highest level. And 200 points to improve himself? This was huge. In a country like Xiaowu, it usually took years to awaken a power. But this system gave him a top ability right away. Ability universities would be fighting to recruit him. He would get the best training, the best gear, the best teachers. Su Jingming was filled with hope. Even someone like me, I can still change my fate, he thought. He shouted, "Claim!" The screen lit up. Newbie gift pack claimed successfully, 100 points received, S-rank ability, Purple Cloud Thunder God's Lightning, transferring 10%. Lightning began to cover his body. The air buzzed. The screen showed 20%. The purple lightning grew stronger. It filled the room. Then, boom! Lightning exploded out of him. Walls cracked. Windows shattered. Furniture broke. The whole apartment was shaking. Neighbors outside screamed and called emergency services. "There's a fire or something at Su Jingming's place. Hurry!" Inside, Su Jingming screamed in pain. The lightning was burning through him. 50%, 60%, 70%. His body twisted in agony. His cells felt like they were being rewritten. Outside, an old man looked up. "Why is the sky turning dark?" he asked. Far across the city, a military elder also noticed the sky. "Terrifying thunder. Something powerful is coming," he said. "Third Legion, prepare the lightning armor and electric shock team. Go into alert mode." Then, a massive lightning dragon appeared in the sky, flying towards Su Jingming's apartment. It seemed connected to his power. The system screen flashed. 80%, 90%, 99%, finally, 100%, S-rank ability transfer complete. The purple lightning faded. Su Jingming stood there, glowing with power. His eyes lit up with energy. The lightning dragon hovered above him like it was recognizing his strength. Su Jingming raised his hands. Lightning crackled around him. He had become a master of lightning. He looked at his hands. Purple Haven Divine Thunder. His old electric shock felt like a toy now. This power could destroy anything in one hit. He glanced at the wrecked apartment. I might have overdone it, he thought. Then he remembered the system also gave him 200 ability points. He opened the system panel. A holographic screen popped up. Name, Su Jingming, Power, Purple Haven, Divine, Thunder, S-rank, Other skills, Spear Arts, Basic, Lightning Galabreak, Basic, Stats, Physique, 121, Chi Blood, 140, Spirit, 100, Ability Points, 200. He smiled. I love this kind of simple cheat, strong and easy to use. He let the system auto-spend the points to make him even stronger. With the exam coming soon, Su Jingming was ready to show the world what he could do. Su Jingming was deep in thought, staring at the words from the system. The core of superpowers comes from both the body and the mind, he repeated. Let's upgrade those basic stats first. He looked at the system screen showing his current attributes. Strength, 142. As purple lightning ran through his veins, Su Jingming felt a powerful rush of energy. His whole body buzzed, like he was electrified from the inside out. So this is what it feels like to boost blood energy and minerals, he thought. With a shout, Su Jingming lowered his stance and started punching in every direction. Lightning shot from his fists with each blow, crackling and lighting up the room. The smell of ozone filled the air, and thunder echoed all around him, shaking the room to its core. With his basic stats now boosted, Su Jingming felt a major difference. His combat skills and power control were smoother, faster, and stronger. Even his Purple Heaven Divine Thunder felt more intense, flowing through him like a storm. He checked the system again. Physique, 141. Both stats had increased by 20 points. So, 1 point equals 0.2 blood energy or 0.2 hertz, he calculated. Su Jingming felt confident. With this kind of strength, getting into a top superpower university should be easy. But he also wondered, how did he compare to the 700,000 other students in Zhang province? Some of them had been training with elite mentors since childhood. He grabbed his spear, feeling its weight in his hand. Let's head to the martial hall and see where I really stand, he said to himself, excitement growing. Just then, a firefighter burst into the room, kicking the door open. There's a fire reported here, he shouted. Su Jingming's eyes widened. It must have been my power training that triggered it, he thought. But after checking, he saw the fire was already under control. Everything's fine now, he said calmly. The firefighter gave a relieved smile and spoke into his comms. Apprenticeship resolved. Fall back. He turned back to Su Jingming and chuckled. What a scene. All this fuss, just from a student training his powers. You kids today are something else. A neighbor came over asking, "Was the fire serious earlier?" "It's all handled," Su Jingming replied. "Off to Marshall Hall?" "Yeah, going to get some training in," Su Jingming said. The neighbor smiled. "The entrance exam's tomorrow and you're still training? My kid's at home freaking out." Becoming a real superpower user takes hard training, both physical and mental. That's why Marshall Halls are so popular. Not everyone can afford private training rooms, so public halls like Thunderclap and Violent Bear are essential for students chasing their dreams. As Su Jingming entered the Thunderclap Marshall Hall, he spotted someone familiar. "Wait, is that Tang Chi, my cousin?" She smiled at him. "What brings you to Thunderclap?" Su Jingming asked. "Just here with a friend," she said. "Got it. I'm heading to the training room," he replied and walked away. Tang Chi watched him go. "He seems different," she thought. Her friend nudged her, teasing, "Who's that? He's kinda cute." "That's Su Jingming, my cousin. He's taking the Marshall exam tomorrow," Tang Chi replied. The girls were curious. One of them joked, "Crushing on him already?" "Maybe. If he's not weak, he'd be boyfriend material," she laughed. But Tang Chi added seriously, "Don't get your hopes up. He only awakened an E-rank ability." "E-rank? That's tough." "Yeah. It's risky for him to even take the exam," Tang Chi said, looking worried. Another girl changed the topic. "Let's just explore Thunderclap. First time here after training 3 years at Violent Bear. Gotta relax before the exam." Meanwhile, Su Jingming stood in front of a target, spear in hand. "Feels lighter. Or maybe I'm just stronger," he thought. The exam was tomorrow. No time to find a better weapon now. He focused. With a deep breath, he thrust the spear hard into the target. The hit landed solidly, driving deep. Not bad, he thought. The equipment here was made of memory metal, which could heal itself after damage. Perfect for intense training. My raw physical strength has doubled, he realized, smiling. Most awakened people max out at 100 units. Now let's try the Purple Heaven Divine Thunder. He raised his hand. Electricity sparked. Lightning shot forward, smashing the target. Output, 3,021 units. The room shook. The smell of ozone filled the air. Insane. This is S-rank power, Su Jingming muttered, amazed. The average Tier 1 user only hits 1,000. And I'm not even officially Tier 1 yet. Excited, he decided to try something bigger. His strongest move. Thunder wrapped around his body as he charged up everything. Strength, power, and technique. "This is my trump card," he said. He lunged forward, spear in hand. A glowing purple ball formed at the tip. "Lightning Gale!" he shouted. The entire room lit up in a blinding flash. The explosion rocked the building. Floors shook. It felt like an earthquake. On another floor, Tang Chi and her friends felt the shockwave. "That's not normal. That's real power," one said. "But isn't this floor just for high schoolers? Maybe some prodigy switched halls, or a new power user just awakened." "Let's check it out," Tang Chi said. As they walked toward the source, they ran into Su Jingming. "Heading home?" Tang Chi asked. "Yeah, need to prep some more," he replied. "Good luck tomorrow. Stay safe," she said. After he left, the girls moved on and found the room. The walls were cracked. They opened the door and froze. The entire room was destroyed. They stared in disbelief. Nothing was left untouched. The destruction was massive, far beyond what any normal student could do. Xiaoya looked around and said, "Wow, every memory alloy here was completely destroyed. Just how strong was that attack? Are we really dealing with a high schooler this powerful from Zhongqing?" Her friends looked just as shocked. Memory alloys are supposed to be super tough, so seeing them destroyed like this was unbelievable. One of them said, "That probably wasn't a student. I can still feel the leftover energy. It was violent. Maybe a Tier 2 superpower user accidentally came here and tested their strength." Xiaoya nodded, both of them wondering who could have done this. Not far from them, 2 other students said, "I knew it. No way this was a high schooler. Even the top students in the provincial capital couldn't do this, let alone someone from Jiangqing. Their voices were low, full of awe and concern. Xiaoya suddenly said, "Wait. The only person who passed by just now was Su Jingming. Could it be him? Maybe he's been hiding his true strength all this time and is planning to go all out in tomorrow's exam." Her friends looked at her, surprised by the idea. They started to wonder if Su Jingming really had something hidden. But the two students nearby laughed and said, "You've been reading too many web novels. Su Jingming only awakened an E-rank ability. At most, he'd have 300 attack power. No way it was him." One friend added, "There are two exits here. That strong person must have left through the other one. That's why we didn't run into them." "Tangqi, what do you think?" Xiaoya asked. Tangqi walked over to the destroyed area and said quietly, "Maybe." Her eyes scanned the marks left behind. In her head, she thought, these look like spear marks. If it really was Su Jingming, he's clearly overestimating himself. The big day arrived. Students from across the school gathered for the martial arts exam. Some were practicing moves, others trying to calm their nerves. Su Jingming walked in confidently, holding a mysterious sphere. He looked calm, not bothered by the attention or rumors. Three students whispered, "Wait, is that a unicorn rhino? Aren't the exams usually against shadow cats or iron-haired boars? This year's going to be brutal." A student holding a sword scoffed, "If you can't even beat that, even if you make it into Superpower University, you'll be useless." Su Jingming turned to his best friend Lu Jia and asked, "Who's that guy acting so cocky?" "That's Yao Yang from First High School," Lu replied. "They call him the Gale Sword Guy. He's got a B-rank power, Agile Gale, already upgraded from no rank to Tier 1. Su Jingming thought, so that's the top contender this year. I wonder who's stronger, him or me. Suddenly, a loud voice interrupted. "Attention, everyone!" It was Commander Wang Haiyang, head of the martial arts exam. "The exam will run from 9 a.m. to 9 p.m., 12 hours total. The test site is Ruin Town behind me." He explained that the area was split into 4 zones: outer, middle, inner, and core. The stronger the beast you defeat, the more points you earn. But remember, the commander warned, the core zone is like bonus questions. Don't risk your life just for a high score. Su Jingming thought, yesterday I only dared go into the outer zone, but today, I'm aiming for the inner and even the core. Everyone went to collect supplies. They received 3 key items. 1. Smartwatch, tracks kills and score in real time. Backpack, comes with 3 energy balls, 1 energy drink, and 1 first aid pack. 3. Safety sphere, creates a strong electric barrier that keeps normal beasts out. Once used, the exam ends. A teacher handed the items to Su Jingming and said, "If it's life or points, choose life." "Got it, thanks," he replied. Then, a girl named Lin Qingyan called out, "Su Jingming, you don't have a team, right? Join ours." She introduced a friend with a newly awakened C-rank ability. He told Su, "Don't worry, I'll watch your back once we're inside." Nearby, some students whispered, "Why bring him? It's only 5 per team. If he drags us down, our score will suffer." One friend confronted them. "We agreed. Now you're backing out?" They argued. "I didn't think he'd show up. I'm not dragging dead weight." Seeing this, Su Jingming said calmly, "Thanks, but I'll go solo. You all can form your team." "Seriously?" Lu Jia asked. "Yeah," Su nodded. "Just be careful out there." Lu sighed. "All right, good luck." As Lu walked away, clearly upset, someone asked, "Why not team up with Hang Tan instead?" The class rep looked back at Su with concern but said nothing. Su Jingming smiled to himself. Even without a team, I can do well. Drones buzzed overhead. The official voice announced, launching the 2037 National Martial Arts Exam, cameras and live stream activated. Students charged into the test site, determined to earn a spot in Superpower University. Tangqi and her friends ran in, focused and ready. Zhao Mingyang from First High School sprinted ahead of everyone, his speed and power impressive. Su Jingming ran in too, thinking, Unified Martial Arts Exam. Here I come. His smartwatch lit up. Candidate, Su Jingming, Senior Year 3, Class 5, Zheng No. 2 High School, verified. The live rankings appeared. First, Zhao Mingyang. Second, Lei Long. Third, Xiao Su looked at the rankings and thought, Zhao Mingyang's fast. I'd better pick up the pace. Forget the outer zone. Let's head straight to the core. As Su Jingming rushed toward the core area, he suddenly stopped. Lying on the ground was a student, badly injured, blood coming from his mouth, a deep wound in his chest. Su ran over. What happened? He didn't even have time to use the safety sphere, Su thought, alarmed. No wonder the teacher told me to be careful. If I didn't awaken an S-rank ability, I'd probably be in the same position right now. No regrets. This exam is brutal. He pressed the student's smartwatch, calling for help. Opportunity always comes with risk, Su muttered. Not everyone gets a second chance. Suddenly, he felt a terrifying presence behind him. He spun around and saw a massive claw coming down. A beast had been lying in wait. It left this student alive. As bait, Su realized. This was a trap. His eyes narrowed, body tense, ready to fight. The shadow beast locked eyes with Su, its crimson gaze burning through the air. He tightened his grip on the spear and shifted into a fighting stance. The monster loomed larger, muscles tensing as it prepared to strike. With a deafening snarl, it lunged, faster than most eyes could follow. But Su twisted away in a flash, the attack slamming harmlessly into the ground. He landed lightly, eyes locked on the creature as dust burst around it. This was no ordinary predator. It was a gruy killer, infamous for claws like blades and a bite strong enough to shatter bone. The beast bared its teeth, its roar shaking the street. Su knew this suffocating aura. It froze rookies where they stood, helpless. The wealthy trained their heirs to resist such pressure from childhood. He had never had that privilege. This was his first real fight against a beast. The monster pounced again, claws outstretched, fangs gleaming. But Su didn't retreat. Purple lightning began crackling along the shaft of his spear. In a single decisive motion, he met the beast head-on. Thunder exploded as the weapon connected. The gruy killer hit the ground, lifeless. A system prompt flashed before his eyes. +3 points. Unranked Shadow Cat defeated. Unranked beasts barely gave any points, but they also couldn't affect him with their aura. That meant no reason to waste time in the outer zones. Su pushed deeper into the city, felling creature after creature. In the chaos of battle, multiple monsters came at him at once. Points were stacking up, but skill alone wouldn't be enough. His divine power drained too much energy, lasting less than an hour, unlike his old ability. The exam ran for 12 hours. If he wanted to survive, he needed to master pure technique. So he fought with only his spear. Then the ground shook. A massive red-eyed rhinoceros tore through the street, flipping a car with a single toss of its horn. It charged. Unstoppable. Su sprinted forward, then vaulted high, soaring over the beast's deadly path. In midair, his spear aligned with the monster's skull. Impact. The giant collapsed instantly. Checking his system panel, he saw it. Spear technique, intermediate level. If this was intermediate, what would advanced look like? The answer flooded his mind in the form of countless new maneuvers, each more deadly than the last. He smiled. He couldn't wait to try them, on a first-ranked beast. Not far away, the class president's squad was passing through. She caught a glimpse of someone familiar. "Was that Su?" she asked. A teammate scoffed. "No way. He'd be dead if he came here." Then they spotted the slain Renaeus nearby. The spear wound was unmistakable. Could it really have been him? "Impossible," another member muttered. "Only a C-rank awakened could take that down." "Let's check the rankings," someone suggested. When the leaderboard lit up, the girl froze. It was Su, already in the top 50. Her teammates panicked. The public watching outside panicked even more. The big screen showed Zhou Mingyang still in first place, with the education director praising his inevitable spot in the provincial top 100. The principals of first and third place schools received congratulations, but the second school was openly scolded for having only one student in the top 20. Then the director frowned. "Who's Su Jingming?" A teacher paled. "He's in the top 50? How?" Cold sweat beaded down his face. An E rank suddenly surging to S rank? Impossible. And without a camera feed, no one could confirm it. Meanwhile, inside the arena, Su had reached the central zone, the most dangerous part of the city. Glass crunched under his boots as he walked the ruined streets, snack bar in hand. Here, beasts were smarter, more territorial. Then he felt it. Something fast, powerful, closing in. The air split as a massive, blue-eyed tiger burst through a wall of cars, roaring as it crushed everything in its path. A furk beast, unstoppable destruction given form. Su grinned. First day in the central zone, and luck had already delivered him a worthy opponent. Roared and leapt, its massive body crashing forward through ferns and shattered roots. Su Jingming shifted his grip on the spear, sliding a half-step across the damp loam as claws ripped into the ground where he had stood only a breath ago. He countered instantly. Steel flashed, the spear's tip slipped under the layered plates, and the beast stumbled with a guttural snarl. Su Jingming muttered, "Is this all the power a first-tier armored tiger has?" Blood pattered through the moss as he watched, his gaze cold. "Only a tiger king could make me use a little more effort." The beast roared again, armor bristling, its breath hot and metallic. Jingming raised his spear, stance rooted and unshaken. He whispered, "Sending you on your way." One decisive thrust, clean and ruthless, the spear punched through. The tiger's final cry echoed between the trunks before its body collapsed, scarlet blood soaking into the earth. Calmly, he drew his weapon free. Yet even then the corpse twitched, its ferocious vitality refusing to surrender. With trembling forelimbs, it dragged itself upright, eyes burning with desperate rage. "As expected of a first-tier ferocious beast," Su Jingming muttered. "Its vitality is indeed tenacious. It still wants a desperate struggle." He moved like a falling shadow, swift and precise. The next strike finished it. The body fell heavy to the ground. Silence returned, soft and absolute, broken only by the drip of blood from his spear and the distant hum of cicadas. A system notification appeared. You killed one first-tier armored tiger. Obtained 14 ability points. Su Jingming whispered, "The ability obtained from killing a first-tier ferocious beast is almost double what you get from killing an unranked one." Leaving the area, he said, "The stronger the ferocious beast, the higher the ability point multiplier. The exam hall, which is full of dangers in the eyes of others, is a rare treasure ground for me to level up. Opportunities like this are rare. I have to make the most of my time to harvest more ability points." The scene shifted to the examination hall, where the ranking list showed Su Jingming at number 32 with 328 points. Whispers spread quickly among the teachers. Eyes turned toward Chen Fan. "So Su Jingming is from your class 5? One asked. "Among so many parallel classes, only your students made it into the top 50. Chen Fan shook his head calmly. "This is the student's own effort. It had little to do with me." Suddenly, a ripple of commotion broke out. The ranking board flickered, and Jingming's score surged. One teacher exclaimed, "His points jumped again!" Another leaned forward, voice filled with disbelief. "Look, he went from 32 to 25 in an instant!" Gasps filled the hall. Murmurs overlapped. "Impossible! How could someone climb that fast? Wait, how many beasts did he just kill?" Then a teacher shouted, eyes wide. "He actually gained 44 points at once." The examiner raised his hand for silence, his tone steady but solemn. According to the martial arts exam score calculation, killing a peak unranked 1 gives 6 to 8 points. Killing a low first-tier ferocious beast gives 14 to 16 points. The principal of Jingming's school added quickly, "The smartwatch kill count updates every 4 seconds, which means..." The examiner finished the thought gravely. "He killed 5 peak unranked ferocious beasts, or low first-tier ferocious beasts, in less than half a minute." The hall erupted. Teachers stood up, voices overlapping in shock. This kind of performance hasn't been seen in years. Unbelievable. How is this possible with his ability? The examiner turned to Principal Zhao. This student is from your school. Why haven't you mentioned him before? The principal raised a hand toward Teacher Chen. I don't know either. For the specifics, you'll have to ask his teacher. The principal called Chen over. Tell the leader about Jingming in detail. Teacher Chen's face turned pale with shock. His ability is E-grade, weak electricity. The principal froze. Just E-grade ability? Are you sure? Yes, Chen said firmly. Before the exam, I even advised him not to participate. I never expected this. The examiner frowned. Then how did he manage it? Could it be cheating? The principal and the teachers exchanged stunned, uneasy glances. The ranking list appeared again. Number 8 was Li Zi, 9, Xu Jingming, 10, Ma Yuwen, 11, Ye Li, 12, Tang Qi. A drone was observing Jingming when a notification popped up. Killed 1 first-tier shadow cat. Obtained 14 ability points. Xu Jingming whispered, As expected, the efficiency of killing beasts is higher in the central area. He looked up and saw a tracking camera drone. He muttered, I already entered the top 10 now. Then he opened his system panel and thought, before entering the core area, I need to improve my strength again. With approximately 300 points, he decided to invest in basic attributes. He added plus 40 to physique and plus 22 to spirit, then said, It's time to enter the core area. The scene shifted to the core area, where a tiger-type beast killed a rhino-type beast. From behind a wall, Jingming watched and whispered, It is the 9-armored tiger. The one in the middle must be its king. Stepping out from the wall, he said, Looks like it's going to be a great harvest. But suddenly he sensed something and turned, his eyes cold. Come out, I found you. Zhou Mingyang stepped out. Jingming, you found me. I didn't expect you to notice. Jingming asked, You know me? Zhou smiled. I am acquainted with everyone strong enough to enter the core area except for you. So when I suddenly saw a new face, I guessed it was you. I've been watching this group of armored tigers for a while. Jingming said coldly, You want to steal my monsters? Zhou replied. Don't misunderstand. A king tiger with 9 armored tiger beasts in a team, no matter how strong a single person is, they can't handle it, so we can cooperate. Jingming shook his head. No need. I am enough by myself. The MC steps forward, facing the tiger beast. One of the Tiger King's subordinates lets out a fierce roar. Seeing this, the MC thinks, as expected of a group of fierce beasts led by a fierce beast king. They even have the intelligence to use a simple formation. The subordinate beast roars again and charges at the MC. The scene shifts to Zhou, who smirks and thinks, Oh, let's see if this guy is just going to his death, or if he really has something special. Back to the MC. He spins his spear, lightning crackling across the weapon. The beast lunges at him, but the MC blocks the strike, then retaliates with a sharp thrust of his spear, killing the beast instantly. A system notification flashes. Killed 1 first-order, lower-rank arm-blade tiger. You obtained 10 ability points. Another beast falls. Killed 1 first-order, mid-rank arm-blade tiger. You obtained 15 ability points. The corpses of the beasts lie on the ground. Suddenly, the Tiger King steps onto one of the bodies, crushing it under his massive paw. He lets out a deafening roar. The MC narrows his eyes and mutters, Too bad. My physical strength is still a bit lacking. I could have default them all. He takes a fighting stance. The Tiger King now stands directly before him. With another roar, every glass window of the nearby buildings shatters. Zhou, covering his ears with his hands, staggers back. The MC looks straight at the Beast King and scoffs. Intimidating me right from the start? You might scare others, but you can't scare me. The MC charges forward with his spear. The Tiger King blocks with his clawed hand, but the MC leaps into the air, spear raised high. The beast clenches his teeth, but the MC drives the spear down, piercing straight through its skull and shattering its head. Another system notification rings out. Killed 1 first-order, upper-rank arm-blade tiger. Ability points. 20. Zhou trembles, his eyes wide in disbelief. No way. He actually took care of them all in one go. What kind of monster is he? The MC looks at the fallen king's corpse and smiles. What a huge harvest of ability points. At this rate, who knows how many I'll accumulate by the time the college entrance exam is over. He takes a step forward and says aloud, The more the better. I should hurry and look for the next beast. Suddenly, Joe rushes up behind him. Wait! How did you manage to crush that group of arm-blade tigers with just a long spear? Is your ability a reinforcement type? The MC jumps away and replies coldly. No, I'm a lightning type. Joe stares in shock. Lightning type? You've got to be kidding. If you don't want to tell me your ability type, you don't have to be so dismissive. What an awful person. Frustrated, he opens the ranking list on his watch and thinks, he just killed so many fierce beasts. His score is probably going to catch up to mine quickly. The leaderboard updates. Joe's eyes widen in rage as he realizes the truth. He already surpassed me! He stomps the ground in anger. Meanwhile, in the examination hall, the examiner claps his hands. What a domineering, high-level spearmanship. And Xu Jingming is only 18, yet he has already mastered such a level of spear arts. This confirms it. He's a genuine talent. Smiling, he pats the principal's shoulder. With Xu Jingming here, we can definitely represent Zhangcheng and make it into the top 100 in the province. After the college entrance exam, I will propose to the city to give your second high school a commendation. The principal laughs in joy, tears welling up in his eyes. Thank you, Director Zhang. Xu Jingming, you really are a huge surprise. Our second high school finally gets its day to shine. 3 hours later. Core Zone. A lone student looks around in confusion. What's going on? Where did all the fierce beasts in the Core Zone go? 3 others walk up behind him. You'll have to ask the number 1 person about that. He frowns. It's you guys? Why are you all together? Tang answers calmly. He caused this too. Meng nods. Xu Jingming killed all the fierce beasts in the Core Zone. We couldn't find any, so we had no choice but to team up to stay safe. The first student shakes his head in disbelief. That's impossible. There are too many fierce beasts in the Core Zone. Tang pulls up the ranking list. I can tell just by looking at you that you haven't been ranked in a while. Here, just look at Jingming's score. The boy's eyes nearly pop out. 3,400 points? Tang smirks. Now you know why, don't you? Subtract the 700 plus points he got in the Central Zone, and he still has over 2,500 points. In other words, he killed almost 200 fierce beasts in the Core Zone alone. The boy clutches his head. No wonder Xu Jingming was so afraid of someone stealing his kills before. He planned this all along, Tang says seriously. There are only a few hours left until the end of the combat exam. We're planning to team up and try the innermost Core Zone. The first student hesitates. The beasts there are at least first order, upper rank. And there's even a second order beast king. Going in alone is no different from a death wish. The girl adds firmly, that's why we're teaming up. Are you coming? He nods. Count me in. Meanwhile, on a mountain of beast corpses, the MC sits in silence. Supplies are all exhausted, and the combat exam is coming to an end. To get more ability points, I must continue to go deeper. But there are second-order fierce beasts in the innermost Core Zone. I'll need to strengthen my power a bit more. His status screen appears. Level Awakener. Ability, Purple Heaven. Divine Lightning, S. Physique, 181. Chi and Blood, Spirit, 182. Hertz, Skills, Spearmanship, Advanced. Lightning Galebreaker, Beginner. Ability points, 2413. He clenches his fists. 2413 ability points. What should I put them into? I guess I'll put them into this. He stands up, determination in his eyes. With this, I should be able to handle this year's combat exam finale. The final sprint begins. In his mind, he imagines the last challenge. I wonder what kind of second-order fierce beast is arranged for this year's combat exam. The scene shifts to the Tang group standing on a rooftop, their faces filled with shock as a drone hovers nearby, observing them. In the wilderness below, a massive feral bear, the bloodthirsty savage bear, looms forward, crushing trucks and buses beneath its colossal legs. The Tang group watches in horror. One of them mutters, his hand covering his face and eyes shut tightly. This is big trouble now. A little girl in the group exclaims, a rare ferocious beast. Its hide is as tough as E-grade alloy. Even missiles can't pierce it. If it strikes with one paw, it could kill us all. Tang, his voice trembling, says, I think we should just abandon this mission. The little girl, sweating nervously, tries to reason with him. We don't even know how this will turn out. Tang snaps back. What's the point of scoring anything? If you lose your life? Another member adds mockingly, what's the use of being handsome? Charging into a horde of ferocious beasts is just asking for death. Suddenly, the little girl points downward. Look, someone's coming. Tang turns his head in shock. The girl gasps, it's Jingming! Down below, Jingming strides forward. Then, with a leap, he soars into the air. The girl stares in awe. Is that really Jingming? He's so handsome. Another adventurer grumbles, which fool came up with such a messed up test? Jingming is now surrounded by ferocious beasts. He spins his spear in a deadly dance, slashing down beasts one by one as they roar and charge at him from all directions. Jingming plants his feet firmly, adopting a battle stance as the horde closes in. Beasts leap over one another, piling toward him. A swordsman from the rooftop says, Jingming, he's not going to die like this, is he? Another replies, he was too reckless. If he gets seriously hurt, he has only himself to blame. Tang takes a step forward. No, I have to go help him! The little girl grabs his arm to stop him. Are you crazy? Going there is just throwing your life away. The swordsman agrees. Exactly. Did you already forget what you said? Tang grits his teeth. What you don't know is that Jingming is my cousin. I can't just stand here and watch him suffer. Jingming suddenly releases a surge of lightning, a massive explosion of crackling thunder sweeping across the battlefield. From the rooftop, the boy exclaims, this lightning, could it be the lightning-type superpower Jingming mentioned? Jingming stands in the center of the chaos, lightning arcing across his body. He mutters, relying on physical strength alone to deal with so many first-level high-rank beasts is pointless. Sparks dance in his eyes as he grins. As expected of an S-grade superpower, it's truly overbearing and powerful. Suddenly, his expression hardens. The ferocious savage bear towers before him, roaring ferociously. Jingming analyzes it calmly. It's massive, but not very agile. With the divine thunder of the 9 heavens, it should be manageable. The beast charges with a roar. Jingming lowers his spear, electricity surging. In that case, I'll clear the area first. He dashes forward at full speed, striking a tiger beast across the head with his lightning-charged spear. A system notification appears. You defeated a first-level high-rank beast. You obtained 13 ability points. Jingming continues, cutting down beasts one after another. After a relentless sequence, he glances back. So this is the power of an S-grade superpower. The enhancement to my physique is incredible. Unfortunately, this lightning surging through my body. It's also dangerous. I can't maintain this state for long. He smirks. However, he cuts down another beast. It's more than enough to deal with you beasts. Another notification. You killed a first-level high-rank rhino beast. You obtained 15 ability points. Suddenly, the savage bear lunges at him. Jingming only smiles. There's a massive blast, and when the smoke clears, the bear looks around in confusion, but Jingming is already behind it. The bear attacks again, but Jingming leaps onto its massive body, and as he moves forward, he slashes down its remaining minions. The bear roars in fury. Jingming taunts, "What's wrong? Angry that your minions are dying one by one? Don't worry, I'll deal with you after I'm done with the rest." The bear thrashes, swiping its massive arms toward him, but Jingming dodges, his eyes narrowing. It anticipated my move. The beast tries to crush him between both palms, but he slips free and leaps high into the air. Electricity crackles around his spear. Finally, there are no more minions. He points the spear at the enraged bear. Let's see if that fur of yours, like a suit of armor, can withstand the force of my thunder. Jingming's attack landed on the beast's head, causing a huge explosion. The nearby drone also captured this explosion. The Tiang group was pushed back by the powerful shockwaves of the blast. The scene shifts to the exam hall. Everyone there was shocked to see this on the screen. The examiner was so stunned that he dropped his water bottle and exclaimed, "Principal Zhao, you call this an E-rank ability? Are you kidding me?" One of the other school principals also spoke. Just by activating his ability, he could instantly kill a high-tier rank 1 ferocious beast, and even vaguely fight on par with a rank 2 boss. Even an A-class ability would probably struggle to achieve this. Hearing this, the examiner began to think deeply. Then Principal Zhao turned to him and said, "Could it be an ability mutation?" The examiner smiled, turned back to all the principals, and replied, "But no matter what, after today, perhaps the entire Great Xia will be shaken by Su Jingming." The scene shifts back to Jingming. His attack had only caused a small injury to the beast's head. The beast roared. Seeing that his strike had not dealt serious damage, Jingming jumped back. While midair, he thought, "It's just a superficial wound?" Landing on the ground, his expression hardened as he analyzed. As expected of a rare species among rank 2 ferocious beasts, its tough bristles are impervious to blades and spears, and crucially, they don't conduct electricity. With my current strength, it really is difficult to one-shot a bloodthirsty violent bear by crossing 2 major tiers. The bear stared at Jingming with its blood-red eyes. Suddenly, black smoke began to pour out from its body. "What?" Jingming said in shock. The bear charged at him with full speed. Its immense power shook the ground, sending stones flying as it rushed forward. Jingming dodged the smaller stones with his lightning ability, releasing sparks around his body as he muttered, "It activated its berserk skill so quickly? It seems this bloodthirsty violent bear truly hates me." The bear roared again and attacked relentlessly. Jingming dodged every strike, retreating in the opposite direction. While running, he thought, "Truly astonishing." As expected, the physical strength of a ferocious beast that has entered the berserk state is significantly enhanced. He suddenly turned back, thrusting his spear while thinking, but correspondingly it completely loses its already limited intelligence, becoming nothing but a killing machine that acts purely on instinct. For now, I should avoid its sharp edge. It's not advisable to clash head-on. The best approach is to use my ability to keep it at bay. After landing his counterattack, Jingming moved behind the beast. He charged his spear with lightning, carefully planning. "Wait for an opportunity to temporarily incapacitate it." Then, leaping forward, Jingming struck the beast from behind. The beast's head smashed into the ground under the force of the blow. With determination, Jingming shouted loudly, "9 heavens, divine lightning!" Lightning erupted from his body, striking down upon the beast. The violent bear roared in agony before collapsing onto the ground. Jingming stood firmly in front of its body. Looking at the result, he said, "Half a minute of purple divine lightning. Even such thick defenses can't withstand it." But suddenly, the beast's eyes glowed blood-red again as it tried to rise and attack him. Jingming only smiled and declared, "It's time." Releasing lightning from both his body and eyes, he struck the beast's head directly. The sheer power blasted the beast backward, hurling it into a building. The building collapsed from the impact. When the dust cleared, the beast's body lay still. A notification popped up. "You killed 1 rank 2 low-tier bloodthirsty violent bear. You obtained 24 ability points." Exhausted, Jingming let out a long breath and said, "It's finally over. To deal with this guy, I specifically upgraded Lightning Gale from the beginning to the advanced stage. This power truly didn't disappoint." Smiling, he added, "Although it only lasted 2 minutes, this was the most exhilarating battle I've ever experienced." Checking his watch, he muttered, "I wonder how many points I'll get after clearing all the ferocious beasts in the core area." The scene shifts back to the exam hall. On the big screen, Jingming's points were displayed. 10,835. All the principals and teachers were utterly shocked. Over 10,000 points? Unbelievable! The principal, teachers, and examiner were all excited as the examiner announced, 10,000 points. Not only did it break our Zhangcheng record, but it also shattered the Jiangnan province record. A genius. No, a genius among geniuses. Other teachers stared at the screen and whispered, "Last year's provincial champion only scored a little over 8,000 points." But Jingming has practically pre-booked this year's provincial champion title. The scene shifts to Jingming, who checks his watch and mutters, "There isn't much time left." Clenching his fist, he thinks, "I've killed all the ferocious beasts in the inner circle and the core area. Next, I'll return to the central area and kill as many as I can. Even a mosquito leg, no matter how thin, is still meat." Jingming begins leaving the place, but just as he moves, the Tiang group steps out from behind. Tiang says, "Jingming actually killed a Tier 2 Beast King. That was completely unexpected." Zhou adds, "Why is he going back? He's already in first place by a landslide in points. Why isn't he ending the exam early?" The small girl looks in the same direction and exclaims in shock, "Judging by his path? Wait, is he heading back to the central area? No way. He's not going back to clear out the remaining beasts, is he?" Hearing this, Tiang's group falls silent, then realizes in fear that Jingming might be planning to wipe out everything left. Zhou says, "With Jingming's speed, he might actually be able to do it. If we don't leave soon, we might not even get a single point in the last hour. Our team-up ends here. With that, Tiang and the hairless guy quickly rush off as fast as they can, but the small girl is frozen in shock, unable to move. 1 hour later, an announcement echoes. The Zhongcheng Martial Arts College entrance examination has ended. Candidates, please return as soon as possible. After this, killing beasts will not add points. Tiang sighs. It's over. The scene shifts to other students. One complains, "What? How can it be over? I was just one ferocious beast away from passing." Another shouts happily, "That was close! I passed! I passed!" Meanwhile, Jingming hears the announcement. Did it end so quickly? What a shame. I wasn't satisfied yet. All students begin coming out from their areas. Among them, Jingming's best friend group appears completely exhausted. One girl asks Tiang, "Is this Jingming really your cousin?" "You've already asked me 3 times, Tiang replies. "Yes, it's really him." The girl blushes and says shyly, "Then, dear sister, can you please give me your cousin's contact information? I'm begging you." Tiang teases, "Didn't you say you weren't interested yesterday? Now I have to reconsider." The girl protests, "Things are different now. He's first in the exam today. Please, please." Before she can finish, a huge crowd suddenly rushes forward as Jingming walks out. "Where is he?" someone shouts. "Brother, don't push. Let me see him first," another yells. When Jingming finally emerges, the crowd cheers. "Congratulations, Jingming!" But Jingming only raises his hand in acknowledgement and calmly walks toward the bus. Zhou and the hairless guy stand aside. The hairless guy mutters, "The one who should have been in this position was you." Zhou sighs. "Who knew the 3rd high school would produce such a monster? With my ability, I'm satisfied with my score." Jingming walks straight toward the principal and the examiner. "Greetings, principal," Jingming says politely. The principal smiles. "Congratulations, Jingming. Let me introduce you. This is Examiner Zhao from the Education Bureau. You won't need to take the bus back. The examiner himself will give you a ride." Jingming glances back at the crowd and thinks, "That's for the best. If I go back on the bus now, I'll be bombarded with questions, and it won't be peaceful." He follows the examiner into the car. On the way, the examiner asks, "Jingming, have you decided which superpower university you want to attend?" Jingming replies, "I've been so focused on improving my strength lately that I haven't really thought about which university to go to." The examiner nods. "With your results, any university in the country is within your reach. However, although there are hundreds of universities, half of the top superpower users graduated from just 3 institutions. I highly recommend these 3. He begins to explain. The first is Qingjing University, located in the vital heartland of Greensia, affiliated with the official organization. Graduates can directly enter the system. The current Tier 9 National Guardian is an alumnus. The second is Modu University, situated in a bustling port city. It provides excellent resources and numerous elite clubs, making it ideal for those pursuing individual excellence. The third is Jincheng University, with a history of over 200 years, known for its ancient traditions and strong faculty. These 3 universities all possess top-tier superpower cultivation methods that are not made public. They are sacred grounds yearned for by countless students. Jingming asks, "I understand that awakeners need cultivation and training methods to become superpower users. But what exactly are top-tier cultivation methods?" The examiner explains, "Think of it this way. With a beginner-level training method, most awakeners need 3 to 4 years to advance into superpower users. But with a top-tier method, it can take as little as half a year. Don't worry, with your results, you'll definitely qualify for special admission. Even the top 3 universities will offer you favorable terms. The choice is yours." Jingming thanks him. Next day, Jingming takes a shower. Looking at his status window, he says, 2,534 ability points. That should be enough to enter a superpower university. Afterward, he mutters, "I wonder if there will be beast-killing competitions at the university. If not, I'll have to plan to enter the wilderness area myself." Just then, outside his door, 2 girls appear. One whispers, "Huh? The door's broken. It's the perfect chance to sneak in and give Jingming a surprise." The other giggles. They enter. One is Tiang, the other is Aunt Shu. Jingming, startled and half-dressed, exclaims, "Aunt? Cousin? Why are you here?" Tiang, embarrassed, blurts, "What are you doing?" Seeing the scene, Aunt Shu laughs, and Jingming quickly throws on clothes. Narration. After Jingming's parents passed away, his aunt stayed by his side day and night, giving him the warmth of a home. Later, they sit together at the table, Tiang standing with a drink in her hand. Aunt Shu says gently, "I don't know much about the exam, but I was very worried when I learned you were taking it. Now that I see you unharmed, I'm finally relieved. Your score isn't important. It's fine even if you weren't accepted." Jingming turns to Tiang. "You didn't tell her?" Tiang winks. "I think it's better if you tell her yourself." Blushing, Jingming says, "Aunt, I did quite well this time. I scored over 10,000 points." Aunt Shu nearly spits out her drink. Trembling, she asks, "How many? You're not lying, are you?" Tiang quickly says, "Mom, it's true." Jingming scored 1,124 points. Shocked, Aunt Shu freezes. The scene shifts to a screen where Jingming's exam video plays. A girl with a remote introduces Xu Jingming, 18 years old, awakened with a natural type E rank ability, weak electricity. Everyone in the room is stunned. One person says, "If that score is real, we must recruit this student." Another argues, "But based on his ability's rank, it should be impossible to achieve that score." A third adds, "Judging from his battle performance, his awakened ability definitely is an E rank. At the very least, it's A class, or even S class." Someone else scoffs. "How could a small 18th tier city like this produce a top scorer?" Another suggests, "Perhaps he used irregular means? Impersonation or drugs? Cheating isn't impossible." The girl cuts them off with a firm voice. "Enough. Stop arguing. For now, list Jingming as an S-class special recruit. As for whether his score is genuine, I'll personally investigate."